are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I was just going through my emails before looking for this week's Fucked Up Friday story, and I had received an email, and it was just too fucking funny for me not to read out. So this email was sent to me by my main man over there in the States, Matt Gay. There's no need to go into his name, that's fucking hack. He's probably the straightest dude in the world. You have to be. Growing up with your last name Gay, that cunt must be the straightest dude in the world, because that's the only way to defend against it. You can't be gay and actually gay. That's not how it works. It's too obvious. This cunt's banging chicks. He's banging lots of fucking chicks, I can tell you. So this gay cunt sends me a fucking email, and he just butters me up at the start. Just a little bit of pleasantries at the start. And I'm like, oh, this kid's enjoying the podcast. He just wants to reach out. And my guard's lowered. And then he hits me with, anyhow, why am I writing to you? Well, it's because you're seriously fucking up, mate. Listen up, fuckface. Your degenerate ass needs to start a YouTube channel with some goddamn content. Seriously, Boyle, what the fuck? Then he says some nice shit about the podcast. And then he hits me with, however. You know it's going bad after that. However, when I look you up on Google, why do I see only 2 videos of you semi-bombing and another 2 videos uploaded 2 years earlier completely bombing? He's right too. I pretty much bomb in 2 of those, and the other 2 are just semi. He's got a good eye for comedy, this cunt. And then he goes on and says some more nice stuff. Lulls me into a false sense of security again. And I fell for it as well. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And just as he's got me feeling good about myself again, he goes, bam. So in summary, have some fucking guts. Put some of your sets on YouTube, because frankly, it's embarrassing. If I show you to my friends at this point, they're going to look you up on YouTube and be like, wow, Matty Ice. Wow, Matty Ice is into this retard comedian. Wow, Matty Ice is into this retard comedian by the name of David Boyle, who only has 4 videos of him gargling cocks on stage. Fucking faggot. Oh, fuck, that's good. So come on, have some pride and improve your digital footprint. And then he ends it with some nice stuff, and I'm feeling good again. He knows how to work me, this guy. He speaks my language. And at the bottom here, he goes, I know this is a little harsh, but I get the sense for you to retain any sort of constructive criticism, it's got to have a little sting in it to get the juices flowing. This cunt knows me too fucking well. He really does speak my language. That's what I'm like. You got to give me a couple of punches to get my fucking attention. I suppose I'm a little bit like Andrew Roberts in that respect. My mate, comedian friend Andrew Roberts, I shouldn't call him a comedian anymore. He lives in a caravan and just watches movies. That's what he does now. But the only way to get his attention, like if you were trying to get him to go somewhere, if I sent him a message saying, hey man, what are you up to tonight? Do you want to go here at 7:30? He wouldn't even reply to it. He would look at it and not reply to it. But if you sent, hey, you stupid fucking inbred, born in a test tube, mulleted fucking freak show, Down syndrome looking fucking loser, meet me here at 7:30 or else I'll smash your fucking face in again. He will reply and meet you there on time. I'm a little bit like that. And now, having said that, I don't want all of you just fucking rushing in there and abusing me in every single fucking email. You've got to have fucking skills. But Matt Gay fucking nailed that one. My YouTube, I don't even know what it is. There's 2 videos from like 5 years ago. One was at the comedy festival that I was doing with Miles. That was just a fucking travesty anyway. And the other one is just a joke I used to do about the flat earth. And then I've got 2 clips up, 2 30-second, 40-second clips from a year ago and like a week ago. It's a bit of a fucking mess. I'm just going to take it all down and then I'm going to rebuild. But the thing is, Matty Gay or Matty Ice, is that what you were calling yourself? Matty Ice. That is a fucking slick maneuver if somehow you've been able to get yourself the nickname Matty Ice. But the thing is, Icy, it's going to take me a minute to build enough material to throw a bunch of it on fucking YouTube and still have people come to shows and it be different material. Because I'm really only under 2 years of being a not degenerate piece of shit. And 9 months of that was spent in hardcore lockdown, not doing stand-up at all. So I'm a little bit behind, but as soon as I get like that half an hour, 45 minutes of material, I will chuck all my shit up. And then you can tell your faggoty ass mates about me. Alright? Alright. I appreciate the message though. It was fucking funny. It made me laugh. But anyway, let's move on to the main fucking meal this week. It is Fucked Up Friday. It is another Friday and it is fucked up. So we've got a Fucked Up Friday story for you. If you would like to send in a Fucked Up Friday story, hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or just shoot me an email on boylecomedy@gmail.com. Okay, so this story was sent in by my man. I don't think he wants to be named in this one. I'll just call him Macca. This was sent in by Macca. Out there in New South Wales, Sydney or country New South Wales. Both, really. Okay, thanks Macca for the fucking story. Let's get into it. So my life started going downhill when I started working at my local pub. That's kind of like me, except I started living in my local pub. They would not hire me. So I was working at the local pub doing shit like dropping kegs at 7 in the morning in exchange for schooners instead of money. That kind of makes sense. You're just cutting out the middleman. And I was ticking up $200 worth of half-price piss from the bottle shop that was attached to the pub. Anyways, I ended up getting barred from drinking there for being a general dickhead. The cunts let me stay working there because I was a good fucking worker and played drums in the publican's band. I kept drinking free piss from the bottle though. Around Anzac Day a few years ago, they ended up kicking me out one night for being too fucked up on MDMA and being the only cunt dancing to a shitty band. Left the joint, ended up falling off the back of some cunt's ute when they took off and did a bit of damage to my... did a little bit of damage to me head. Lucky it wasn't me knee. Then I really would have been fucked. It was just me head. Hard as a rock, mate. Hard as a fucking rock. I was flown to Newcastle that night to spend the week in hospital. Oh, I forgot about that part. Kind of fucked up the left side of my brain a smidge. All good though. Kind of fucked up the left side of my brain a smidge. All good though. The left side's the shit side anyway. The left side is the shit side. Is that the creative side? The creative side is the shit side. Get the numbers side. Is that the right brain? I don't know. I've fucked up the left side of mine a smidge too. Anyway, got back into town and the cunts still didn't fire me. In fact, I went back to work and got on the piss straight away. Ended up quitting on the cunts a few months later and moving to Newtown to move into a share house with mates, playing bands, go to uni, and work in different fucking pubs. Anyways, that was all going all right until about 6 months down the track when one night after a big fuck-off Saturday shift, me and a mate were drinking and decided to have a piss up and score some free booze with these drag queens. Drag queens are the best. You know it's going to be a good story when drag queens enter the fray. I've never heard someone tell me a bad story with drag queens in it. That's a sign of a good story. So these queens who were in charge of Saturday night entertainment at this joint, bit of a shit go, but actually a proper decent show and not a bad piss up either. That is the most Australian shit I've ever heard. That shit needs subtitles, man. I'm not going to explain it either. Work it out for yourself, you lazy fucks. He says, these cunts go hard. Yeah, man, drag queens go fucking hard. My mate ended up tapping out and fucking off, and I did the same not long after. These queens were getting a bit, how you going anyway? So that means they were offering him blowies, and he was very fucking tempted, so he legged it before he got himself into a jam. I don't remember leaving the joint, but I tried to get into the pub across the road, but the publican, who I thought was a good cunt at the time, didn't let me in. That was okay, so I just went next door to get a kebab. Next thing I know, some fuckheads in line for the pub are fucking with my shit. So I obviously arc up and try to fight about 5 cunts at once on my own. Not putting up a bad fight from what I remember. A bit of a circle forms around us. Next thing I know, I get tackled from behind by a fucking cop who flips me on my back and has his knees on my upper arms. Bruised and black and blue for a week. Essentially with his old fella in my face. In the heat of the moment, without use of my arms, I hock a big fuck off golly and spit it right in the cunt's face. A golly is like a... It's like as much fucking phlegm and snot as you can get in there. Just a big fucking golly. Anyways, I get back to the station and I'm hurling a fuck ton of shit to the lot of them. Up until the time they told me I was refused bail. Up until the time they told me I was refused bail. And immediately took me to Surrey Hills holding cells, underground, where I spent the next 4 days, charged with resist arrest, assault police officer, and intimidate officers' offensive language. I get refused again because a month earlier when I went home to see my mum for New Year's, me and a mate got ripped out of a car for refusing a breath test and carrying on. We weren't even moving at the time, and then in brackets he's got, but we were in the servo car park buying darts and pies. Ha 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 ha. Got a few resist arrest charges and shit for that. So he gets back to it. After he's refused bail, he gets taken to Silver fucking Water. So Silver Water is a prison in Sydney. And chucked on remand. This was also around the exact day when COVID shit proper ramped up. And 2 days before I was meant to start O week at uni. Fuck. Spent the next 50 fucking days on remand with some proper dodgy cunts, slept in a bed with no pillow, played cards almost every day as a decoy for cunts shooting up Bupe. Prison's prison, but some of the cunts were nice enough, and majority didn't mind that I cracked a few jokes in the yard every now and then. Anyways, after 50 days, they essentially let me out over coronavirus shit and possibly the fact that I wasn't a bad character. Also had a decent lawyer that my old boy paid for. Fuck me, man. That is what I was always worried about. I was always worried that one of the stupid fucking things I did that I got arrested for and thrown into a cell, that they just weren't going to let me out one time. And that happened to you. Fuck that. But thank you for the story, Mac. And no cunt outside of Australia is going to understand a fucking word of it. But thanks for it. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you the fuck later.